Alright, we're going to change this power steering pulley because pump shot. Whole pump's coming out. 6.2 E36 Texas Speed Stage 2. Race car crap. Jump. Sicky handbrake. Hold fast wheel. Doors that don't close. Underneath, you got FDF everything, Feal suspension 441s, but can't turn it, so don't drift good. So let's see what we can do. We have AN fittings on this car, so it should be relatively easy. ICT billet brackets. And the dog that won't stop barking. Return lines off. Feed line. I don't know if you can see that. That's an AN line down there. And behind that, running Holley Terminator X that I haven't cleaned up. Everything is a mess currently. Alright, I'm going to try to do this without taking the radiator out. I don't know how well it's going to work. Might have to take the fan off at least to install the new pulley. Grab some wrenches. Alright, so the glory of this kit, if I'm seeing it right, should be able to take this back bolt off and these two top bolts. This is my belt that's shredded. If I take those off, the pulley, the pump, and the bracket should all come off together, so I shouldn't have to worry about any issues. These are just 13s. Of course, everything's right in the way. So you get an open end, that's a 15. There it is. So the ICT bracket, this is for a truck or LS3 Camaro accessory drive. It spacers against the head, so sometimes those like to fall out. We just gotta be careful they don't. Let's hope this works how I wanted it to. Should be able to drop this out here. Anything too crazy yet. Oops, and our pump's out and full of fluid. This is that bolt. I don't see anything too crazy. It's a little gummy on the end, but not. Ain't dying. We'll see. Alright, we'll let all that fluid drip. Got some on the alternator. Whoops. It'll be fine. I'll go get some tools. I'll take this pulley off. Pulley. Simple kit. Gets these right on and off real easy. My installer. Do get a bolt, a nut, back this bad boy off. She seats right up in there. That clamps on the pulley. Slip the retainer on. Start throwing it in. Okay, finger tight. And now, I probably don't have the right size wrench out here. Hey. I'll go get it. I found the right size. Don't tell anybody. I know the world hates adjustables. Yep, that's a 16. I'm just gonna tighten that on there. There it goes. That's loose, nice and easy. Camera's falling down. I'll do. Locked up big time. Completely broke. Lost power steering. At a pretty inconvenient time. Hey. Simple. Pulley pullers are great. Take all that stuff back off. Slides right out. Put that pulley to the side. That's still good. Gotta reuse that. All these accessories are just your basic truck accessories, nothing crazy. Or Camaro or whatever I ordered them for at the time. Alright, so now it looks like we got the 4 bolts to take off to get the bracket off of the 13mm variety. whacking. Damaging my nice new cap. Oh yeah, she's good. That one hurt. There you go. Got them all broke loose. I like power tools, but batteries are dead. Okay, bolts are off, brackets off. Keep my cap, because I need that. Fluid drain out into here. And required spacers for the offset of the pump. There she is. Threads out. Yes. I don't remember the exact picture size, but it is an O-ring seat to a 6AN. I have 6AN PTFE line in the car. I'm going to put this aside somewhere where I'll definitely forget it. Get the pump ready to go in. So first things first, we have spacers there and there. Levels the whole thing out. This bracket that goes in this awkward spot. Short bolts and long bolts. Dog that's chewing on a stick. Short bolts go here without the spacers. Long bolts go in the spacers. Click. Click. Give these ones a little extra. Hey. Yep. Mint. Okay. So here's a fun fact and a difference. These are the same exact pumps. This one has a stud there, no stud there. This one, studs in both spots. Not supposed to have this. And when it goes back on, there's a spot for them. So I will have to find another nut for that eventually. Guy at work says, you can't get that flush first shot. Beg to differ. There we go, she's threading in the pump now. Okay. Oh. Yeah, 14, makes sense. Okay. Use this wrench, turn the pulley on. Shouldn't fight you too much. There's a press fit, so it does take a little bit of force, but you just thread her on until this tool bottoms out. Get now. Click. Unthread this. I just want to make sure our tool worked the way it was supposed to. Holy moly. Gonna be any more flush if it tried. Perfect. So that's what you want. And the back spacing, the offset on these always goes the dish out so the pulley sits closer to the pump. That'll line it up. So now, let's get this thing back in the car. I'll weeble this thing in there. Can you see that? Nope. Yeah. Tripod in the shop. Doing good. Camera guy extraordinaire. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get these two wires out of there. Get these two nuts, or two studs, kind of in their home. Start with this top bolt, if I can thread that in. Give me my wrench. This one, I need to run this wire through it. Put our nut on the back here, hold this pump in place as I get metal shavings or broken fingernails or something. It's kind of in place. I don't want it too tight because I don't want to be able to, I want to not line these up. They're long. There we go. It's easy to feel out the amount of torque you're putting on there with a socket versus an open end. If you're like me, you try to use sockets for everything. I'm gonna mess up this plug. Coolant temperature sensor for the Holley, which kind of important. You don't blow your stuff up. Here we go. Alright, unfitting to our power steering pump. It's right back in there, and we'll get our 19. Not the best at filming here. It's gonna be pretty snug. And now we can connect and line to the rack. The rack has banjo bolts on it. I ordered from Fragola. Summit Racing sent those on over. And by that I mean I paid for them and paid for shipping like a normal human. And lines need to be taut. You don't want to over tighten them because you don't need to. So just get it nice and tight. Alright. I'll get the return line. I got a filter I'm going to put in line with that though. I'm going to swap batteries in the GoPro. We'll do that. We're going to cut this and put this. Hopefully. I'm a professional, I swear. Not at building cars, but that's something, probably. Alright, so we got our little hosey clamp down here, which is the wrong clamp for this job. So we'll reuse that and tighten that on up. Wrong clamp does the trick. With any luck, this pump will last more than 3.5 minutes. Unlike the last one, we're going to spend a little more time bleeding. This thing has an arrow pointing towards the pump. We're going to need to use that. I'm also going to need to use these clamps, which we'll use the old channel locks for, because I don't have the right tools to do anything. Click. Clampy. Ah, just what I feared. And lines. Yep. Oh. Sprung a little too soon, if you know what I mean. Yeah, right about there. Oh, she's perfect. And we have one other clamp. Just locking these into the teeth on there, give them a squeeze, and then we will force it upon this filter. With any luck, this will help, if anything, from that old pump got in the system. Hope it don't kill my rack or nothing. Just live on forever with this stuff. And click. Okay. If you don't know your routing, figure it out. Mine snakes in between a million things. Because I have an oil filter relocation, aftermarket brackets, absolutely everything that I shouldn't have. Fights me putting the belt on, but it's not all bad. Mine goes around the power steering, over the idler, loops back down, hooks over the alternator, which I'll do another video on that soon because I'm trying to get the pulse width modulation on the Holley to work with that, and it doesn't want to. We're going to put this up on all the ribbed pulleys, and we'll use the tensioner to loosen it up and get it on the water pump. Like that. There she is. I don't know if you can see it. It's in there pretty good. But mine loops around. I got oil lines right there going to my cooler and returning, feeding. Good stuff. My rapid bump doesn't rapid bump right now. Get the front tires up and off the ground. Got the good for amp stuff, as cheap as possible. Phew, got a little damage on her. That ain't great. Not gonna matter, it's just on the cap. We're gonna pretend we didn't see that. So, we'll use our Dexron ATF. Spill it, as always. and not have enough, as always. Pretty close to the top on that, but we're gonna bleed her. So what we can do, get in the old girl. And we're just gonna turn the wheel. All the way. Oh, while she's bleeding out, let me put you up over there so you can see the air bubbles coming on up. Bloop. 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 We're going to do this a lot because I don't want to burn up another pump. And there is a lot of line and rack when it comes to this. Gotta get it through the cooler, through the whole rack. Just going all the way left. Oh. Yep. All the way left. All the way left. If anybody's got an easier way to do this, please let me know. I'm just gonna cut a lot of this out. And if you hear me say that, I cut a lot of this out. Oh, battery's dead. So we'll bring you around back. As you know, BMW batteries are in the back. Mine is there. I have true rear coilovers, so I built this ridiculous strut brace. That, by the way, is completely unnecessary. I mean, just get the divorce springs. Don't be like me. We're charging. Okay, battery's hooked up. Been charging for a few. I kept bleeding it when I was charging.